I think it's on one table.
We play physical.
You're listening to Hopewell on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM. Hopewell High School Sports.
I love it here.
All right, very pleasant good evening. Welcome to Bopper's Malt Shop for Coach Ricky Irby show for but we're going to first look back and talk a game. One box just sort of say your team got off to a terrific fast start to nothing, but first of all about responded to Powhatan and practice.
Got off to a good start after a tough loss last week. You're always worried about a hangover effect, and that's just a great credit to our kids and our coaches who had our kids ready to play right from the opening kickoff, and saw the results early. We were 2 touchdowns and played much better. Really proud of the effort of our kids and everybody involved in our program with getting the ship right and getting the kids back focused and not on that.
So one thing you noticed that you got Sean Allen involved
and Big Nas Cooper had two great plays on that, and actually was the reason for the holding call. So, and that was big for us to be able to stop them there and not let them in the end zone, and can hold a team to a field goal when they're down there inside the 5-yard line. You feel like a victory, and
Right.
then not only that, they missed the field goal, and we got some good pressure on that one, and actually ended up blocking one a little later on an extra
Right.
point. So, just a great overall game. Our coaches, our players, everybody involved. Great fan support again. Was super happy and thrilled at everybody that came out to watch us play, and I'm glad we could get a victory for them too.
In this time here at Bopper's Malt Shop, it's we're going to also see some game film that you talked about, and we're also going to have a chance to talk about the upcoming game against Dinwiddie. I did want to get your thoughts on the second half when right out of the halftime, it was pretty much of a defensive stalemate, and both defenses really
Yeah.
shined there.
Yeah, definitely. We came out of the gate slow. Well, first on defense, we held them to a 3-and-out,
Right.
which was very important. Anytime you can do that coming out of halftime, that's a major accomplishment. We held them 3-and-out. They punted to us. We weren't able to move the ball, and then we had a punt block.
Right.
Well, it wasn't really blocked, just a little deflected, but it ended up being a very short punt. So we gave them the ball on about the 30-yard line, 25 or 30-yard line. And to be able to hold them there is it was crucial to the mentality of our kids, to the psyche of our kids, and our defense. That sudden change of momentum where they get a block kick. I think at that time we were up 14-7, if I remember correctly. Up 14-7, they have a chance they could tie it up, and our defense stiffened up, and we held them right there and didn't let them score. So that was huge.
And then to turn around and watch Cameron Hill break off a 63-yard touchdown run to make it 21-7. What a momentum changer that was.
Yeah, going into halftime, we had run a play, which is a quarterback counter, where we fake the ball to Ronnie Walker and we bring Cameron out on the backside. In between, it's like it's a trap basically. But what we did there and what we noticed was their linebackers weren't looking. They were reading Ronnie. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. They were looking at Ronnie, and anytime we faked it to him, they were flowing over top to where he was going, and that gave us just enough crease and just enough angles for our linemen to get on those blocks, and that freed Cameron up.
So it becomes 21-7, and I wanted to comment about the number of times, 5 or 6 times, the shotgun snap for Hanover was fumbled. Getting a sense of what was going on there?
Well, we had a head-up nose guard. I think that had a little to do with it. Somebody that's putting pressure on the center as he snaps the ball, and I think the fact that we were putting a lot of licks on Cheatham. I think that kind of got to him a little bit. We were hitting him good.
Yeah.
Defensively we played great. Guys played real well. Reason Murphy had 2 interceptions.
Right.
Greg Cuffey had, I think, 12 or 13 tackles and several big hits. But that interior D line with Nas Cooper and Reggie Jones, who were here on the show last week, man, those guys, they're bulls. They're bulls inside. And we asked a lot of our kids this week. We changed our defense against Hanover. We wanted to get more D linemen in the game to cover up our young linebackers, so that they weren't able to get blocked so easily, and they could free them up. And I thought they played so much better this past Friday night. It was definitely helpful, and the kids responded.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah. You mentioned the extra point blocked. When Cheatham scored a 3-yard touchdown run, made it 21-13, the extra point was blocked. At that time, I was thinking, oh gosh, Powhatan. Because at the end of 3, I think it was 21-10, and then with 7 minutes to go, it was 28-16. Same possibility with Hanover, but a change of events.
Yeah, you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
The kids learn, hey, listen, we got to finish this thing. And coaches learn. We had to stress to our kids also and make sure that we keep our foot on the gas pedal. And you saw us really respond
grill where you're always safe at the plate. Try the delicious The Truth Burger, a juicy beef patty topped with bacon and cheese and lettuce and tomatoes and onions.
Insurance Agency is a division of Middle Peninsula Insurance, is a proud supporter of Hopewell High School football. We offer a full line of insurance products, including homeowners, auto, and business insurance through a variety of top-notch insurance carriers. We'll work with you to develop a program that meets your insurance needs and your budget expectations. Give us a call at 804-458-9400 or visit us at www.midpen.net. That's www.midpen.net. We hope to talk to you soon, and go Blue Devils.
Okay, we're back here at Bopper's Malt Shop, and we had some technical difficulties, and we are here with Coach Irby. And Coach, I'm not sure how much of the show was heard, so we might just need to start right from the beginning.
Okay.
And
No problem.
We'll talk about a good victory where Hopewell just really came out strong and took it to them. A 3-play drive. The second play was a Cameron Hill run of some 52 yards down to the 11-yard line, and then a pass to Treadway for the touchdown, and not a minute and 58 seconds off the clock, and Hopewell led 7-0.
Yeah, I thought that was very important for our guys and our coaches really to come out and get a good start and try to avoid the hangover effect from the week before, experiencing such a tough loss. And to be able to come back and score early and take the 7-0 lead. And not only that, we scored another one very shortly thereafter. And you're up 2 touchdowns, and you feel a little good. You're not pressing. We're still seriously in the game, and we're not definitely taking anything lightly. But to get a good start was very important for us.
And right, if you look at the fumble recovery by Sean Allen, and then a couple plays later, a Ronnie Walker touchdown run, and to be up 14-0, and not even maybe 4 minutes gone, it's a terrific way to take it to Hanover. At that point, the teams basically traded possessions back and forth the half, and they scored a touchdown to make it 14-7 right before halftime. And fans got a good look at this quarterback Cheatham for Hanover. He was the real deal. Yeah,
he's a tough kid, no doubt. Had the chance to see him play several times, and been very impressed with him throughout his career at Hanover. He's a great player. Our focus this week was to make him beat us throwing the football. Let him get loose running the football. We know how tough he was, but we were able to do that. We were able to slow him down a little bit with the run, and able to force 2 interceptions by pass. And a lot of his passing yards came on the last drive, and we were playing a little prevent defense there just to try to slow him down. And I was very impressed and very pleased with our defensive effort, and our offensive effort is definitely a great team win for us.
No question about it. Defensively, Razon Murphy with 2 picks, almost 3. And then you had people like Cooper and Jones, and name some of the others. You mentioned Cuffey with double figures tackles. A lot of guys stepped up defensively.
Yeah, it did. Dre Thomas, a young linebacker we had, did a great job for us. And we changed our defense last week from the week before, and tried to get more of our guys covered up, our linebackers, our young linebackers. So we didn't have some linemen that were getting free blocks on them, so to speak. And it worked out great for Dre. I mean, he was really able to flow to the ball well, and I thought he played a great game for us defensively.
Talk a little bit about what Cameron Hill brings to your team offensively, how he is the field director.
He's just a tough kid. He is one of the toughest competitors you'll ever coach, and he gives you everything he's got on every play. Mm-hmm. And he's an undersized kid, and but his heart is as big as can be, and he wants, and sometimes that gets us in trouble. He wants to try to score every play, and we got to try to tell him sometimes, Cameron, you're not going to score every play. We can score every drive, but not every play. You got to take what the defense gives us. But he definitely is a great asset to our football team.
You talk about a good athlete. He punts, he kicks extra points, field goals if you need it. He plays a little defense. He is an all-around athlete, and I guess he does whatever the coach wants him to do in the sense of leadership.
Yeah, he is. He's a great leader for us, and 3-year starter at quarterback, an all-state football player, and he does whatever we need for him. He even got out there and played some corner and some safety for us on defense last week, and he was banged up a little bit, but he wanted to be out there.
Talk about all 4 of your co-captains, if you would.
Yeah, we actually have 6. We have 6 guys this year that are captains, and I couldn't narrow it down to 4 because those 6 guys have done so much for our program throughout the years and been such great leaders for us, and their work ethic's been outstanding in the off season. So we went with 6 guys this year. One of them is Leon Leach, left tackle for us. He's currently on a disabled list. He's out with a bum shoulder, but we're hoping to get him back in a few weeks. So he's definitely a great leader we have on the offensive line. Another captain we have is Raul Smith, who's our center. Another guy that is a great leader for us and does everything we ask him to do from the center position. Notorious Smith, he's injured as well. He got injured against Powhatan. We're hoping to have him back this week. He's another captain for us. Cameron Hill, of course, like you said. Nas Cooper and Reggie Jones, 2 guys on the defensive line that were here at the show last week, and they do a great job for us. Those guys are really leaders. They're extension of the coaching staff, and it's nice to have that.
No question about it. We're visiting here with Coach Ricky Irby. The team is 2-1. They defeated Tab in the season opener, and then a disappointing loss to Powhatan, but bounced back strongly against Hanover. And now you've been preparing your team for a very strong Dinwiddie squad. Talk a little bit about Dinwiddie and what they bring that challenges the Blue Devils.
Well, they're a very, very, very good football team. One of the best teams that I've seen on film, and I've had the luxury to see them twice live in person this year, and very skilled at the skill positions, and their skill kids are great. Their offensive line is really good, and there's not many weaknesses to their football team.
Now they beat 3 teams, one team 43-7, 63-0. Let's see, I'm reading off the wrong one, but anyway, they have.
That sounds about right.
70-0,
Yeah.
34-10, and 57-18.
Yeah.
They played Caroline, James Monroe, and Hanover. Your team faced them last year. What did you see against Dinwiddie that you're going to be concerned about this Friday night?
Well, I kind of just mentioned it there with all their athletes. Those guys get the ball in space. They're fast, they're strong, they're elusive, and their quarterback's a 3-year starter, kind of like our quarterback. Is a great leader for them. Does a great job of leading their offense, and defensively they're very sound. They're not going to be out of position. If you're going to beat Dinwiddie, you're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. They don't make mistakes, and if you want to go in there and get a victory over them, you're going to have to play very well.
Well, we're looking forward to having them come into Murner Field this Friday night, and we also have some game film of the Hanover and here at Bopper's Malt Shop for the people that are gathered. And so let's take a little 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll ask you to just have a couple of the plays here, and we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Well, it's great watching the U.S. archery team do so well in the Olympics.
It sure got me excited for starting October the 1st.
Come by Dance's Sporting Goods and check out our huge selection of bows by Matthews and Elite.
And any accessories that you might need. Or just bring your bow in and have one of our archery techs tune it up and get you ready for your season.
Come on, get you some.
Dance's Sporting Goods at South Park Boulevard in Colonial Heights. Like us on Facebook or check us out online at dancesportinggoods.com.
Mimi wants you to become aware of Heritage Custom Cabinets located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. Heritage Custom Cabinets designs and builds the cabinets you desire at a price you can afford. They have a custom selection showroom to explore the way you want your cabinets made. Mimi will walk you through every detail, from the colors to the countertops to the perfect stone backsplash. She loves to design and build quality cabinets just for you. Heritage Custom Cabinets is located at 23024 Air Park Drive, Petersburg, Virginia. The main number is 861-5251. That number again is 861-5251. Call Heritage Custom Cabinets today to get started with your kitchen.
This is Brian Reedy, chairman of the John Randolph Foundation Annual Golf Tournament. Join us on September 30th at Dogwood Trace Golf Course, located in Petersburg. Help take a slice out of the escalating cost of higher education. Visit johnrandolphfoundation.org and click on events. Registration is open to sign up to play or to be a sponsor. All proceeds from the tournament benefit scholarships for our local students. Come join the John Randolph Foundation and let's hit the greens for education.
Stroh Snyder Chevrolet has an extensive inventory of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. If you're looking for quality new or used trucks, Stroh Snyder features the rugged Tahoe as well as the popular Silverado 1500. Stroh Snyder offers a fantastic selection of vehicles under $15,000. Stop by Stroh Snyder Chevrolet today, 5200 Oak Lawn Boulevard near Fort Lee. Stroh Snyder's been in business since 1966.
Here at Bopper's Malt Shop, one of the sponsors for Hopewell football, and they provide the touchdown Sunday, $1 off of a Sunday after a Hopewell win, and then 25 cents off for each touchdown. And so that's all day Saturday, and we're glad that they can provide us this place for the Coach Ricky Irby show. And Coach, I know you've got some plays set up.
Yeah.
And we'll turn it over to you now.
Okay. Yeah, I had my touchdown Sunday Saturday. I came
great.
up here and got one. It was fantastic. So,
Awesome.
all right, what we're looking at here is one of the early plays in the game. I believe this is the second or third play, maybe the second play of the game. And we're in a spread formation here, and we're going to run an outside zone play with Cameron Hill, our quarterback, and let our running back kind of lead the way. And this is the long run.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch my man here, he's my right tackle with the dreads. We call him Flocka. His name's Jeremiah Bowling.
Number 72.
Man, he does a great job there just driving that guy out.
Yeah.
And you can see there, Cameron hits the hole. He's so small, but he's real quick and elusive.
Yeah.
And he hits the hole there. Yeah.
52 yards, I think it was.
And I tell you, not very often you see this young man run out of bounds, but we're trying to teach him. Live to play another down. And he saw four guys in front of him after he had gained 30, 40, 50 yards. And smart thing to do is get out of bounds there.
That's right. It's going to set up a 11-yard touchdown pass from Cameron to Allie Treadway. And I'm not sure we're going to actually see that, but it's good to see.
Yeah, well, that's on there. It definitely is.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a great play. We call that a clear route.
Okay.
And our coaching staff did a great job this week. They're playing what we call cover 4. So they have a high safety over our number 2 receiver.
Right.
So we ran our number 2 receiver out towards the corner and came underneath with our number 1 receiver, and he was wide open for the touchdown.
And
it was a great job.
Perfectly thrown ball, too.
Yeah, it was.
Good protection. Talk about your offensive line and how they're protecting Cameron.
The offensive line did a great job. They were, like I said before, we had 3 starters out this week.
Right.
So our line coach, Coach Moore, did a great job of getting those guys up to speed with a short notice, with a week notice, and we're definitely able to get them to play well for us Friday night, and they did.
So who are the 3 guys that stepped up on the offensive line? What are their names?
Reggie Jones. He ended up playing both. Reggie did not come off the field Friday night. He played every snap on offense and every snap on defense.
Unbelievable.
Reggie Jones was one. Kid named Darian Blow.
All right.
Played left tackle for us and did an outstanding job. He did very well. And then Joseph Hernandez was out too. So he was actually a backup to one of the guys that got hurt. So we had to replace him also.
Goodness gracious. All right, now, so you've got the play ready to go, the 11-yard touchdown pass.
Now, this is a defensive play. We've already scored right here.
All right. This is the fumble.
This is the fumble.
Yeah.
And you can see Ronnie Walker does a great job. Ronnie's right out here. He's gonna chase that down, and he played a lot of defense for us. We had to count on him to play defense for us, and right there is the big hit. You see the ball pop out right there. Yep.
So Ronnie made the hit, and Sean made the recovery.
Sean makes the recovery. So great job there.
It really was, and
effort overall. I thought our kids played outstanding.
Now, I think this is one play later after the second down. I think it's
I think so. Second down.
14.
If we can get it to play, hopefully it'll load up on us and we'll be
Buffering
good to
here.
go. So,
Yeah.
just, like I said before, proud of the offensive line, defensive line, the whole team in general. Guys really rallied and did a great job of overcoming adversity.
That's right. Now, you saw Nas Cooper get a little bit more offensive action last Friday night.
Yeah, and I talked to you last week about that. We wanted to get Big Nas the ball and let him get some carries because he's definitely an effective weapon for us. And you can see that. He did a great job for us.
He's going to be blocking on this play over Walker.
Yep. Run, if I'm not mistaken, that's on the Channel 12 play of the highlight where it's the play of the week. If you go on Twitter, follow me on Twitter or Hopewell Football on Twitter.
All right.
You can see that play. It's pretty good. Just an outside zone. Nice leading the way. Okay, you can see here's Darian right here. Okay, that's Darian. He came in and played left tackle for us.
Yeah.
And he's got to reach block this guy that's way outside of him right there. And it's just effort. And he gets enough of him that really seals the deal for us.
Yes.
And then you got a playmaker that just makes a play.
Look at the way he made that guy.
Yeah.
Just look at that acceleration.
And that's a pretty good football play right there.
Absolutely. That makes it 13-0, and the extra point to make it 14-0, and we hadn't played 4 minutes into the first quarter.
Yep.
Really had them back on their heels.
Yeah, we definitely did. A great start for us. And like I said before, man, I can't harp on it enough. With facing the adversity, you don't want that hangover effect coming in after a tough loss. And we were able to take the momentum right away, and that helped us.
Right. So I know you got another play queued up here coming up in a bit, but talk about your defense. All right, let's see. You got a play ready to go.
Yeah, it's going to take a second to load it up. But,
okay.
Some of the guys we replaced on defense, we moved Reason Murphy to safety.
Yeah.
And we put Sean Allen down at corner this week. Feel like Sean's a much better natural corner. He's got great hips. Is able to really cover well. And we felt like Reason was a better tackler. He's a guy that can come down in the box and put a lick on Cheatham when we needed to. So I thought that was a great move by our coaches and by our staff to make that move. And it definitely both kids did well.
So now what play you got lined up here?
Let's see. It's a defensive play. Okay, I think this is the interception, if I'm not mistaken, for Reason Murphy.
All right.
And ball, you see he gets pressured by the defensive line, and that causes the interception. The defensive line and the defensive back work hand in hand.
Yeah.
If they're covering, sacks, and if they're pressuring the quarterback, then we're going to get picks. And you can see right here, Cheatham's in the shotgun or in the pistol. They're in a spread formation, okay? 2-by-2 spread formation. We got 5 guys plus a linebacker. We're going to bring a little pressure right here. And you can see Reggie. Watch Reggie's get off right here. Reggie Jones is playing defensive end over on their right tackle, and he gets off the ball so quick, and that forces the quarterback to scramble. Now we got a guy in his face when he throws the ball. He's not able to step into his throw, and he puts too much air underneath it. And you'll see Reason Murphy playing center field at the free safety position with the pick. That's just it's a great job.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
And you see the pressure that Cheatham faced, and probably shouldn't have thrown it, but the fact that Murphy is there in double coverage there.
Yeah, our pass defense was great all night.
Yeah.
The last drive they got us a little bit on the pass plays, but it wasn't because we weren't in good position. Cheatham made some nice throws, and we were also playing off a little bit. We wanted to keep everything underneath. Being up by 2 scores with 3-4 minutes left, even less than that if I'm not mistaken, we didn't want them to score quickly and have enough time to get the ball back and tie the game. If they were going to score on us, we were going to make them use the clock.
Right.
So we funneled everything inside. We stayed deep and made them throw everything underneath. And then we rallied and made tackles, which is something we didn't do against Powhatan. Same philosophy, but you got to make plays once they catch the ball. And we didn't do that against Powhatan. we funneled everything inside and we kept everything underneath, but we let them get out of bounds. We let them make first downs, and that's what we didn't do against Hanover. And I was very proud of our kids for that.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your coaching staff. You got two of the coaches here tonight here at Boppers, and one of them's a linebacker coach. And talk a little bit about how they help you.
Yeah, Jesse Collins is our linebackers coach. He's here with us tonight. And Brian Moore is our offensive line coach, and both of them have been with me for a very long time. And any coach will tell you the key to their success is their assistant coaches.
Right.
They do such a great job of preparing our young men and putting them in positions to be successful. And it makes my job easy. You know, the work that they put in and what our coaching staff does day in and day out. And I'm very blessed to have such a great coaching staff, not only these two guys, but the rest of the guys that aren't here as well. And when you have everyone direction, not only from the coaching staff perspective, but from an athletic director perspective, from a principal perspective, from a school board. Miss Heislip down here tonight, and she's such a great supporter of everything we do.
Yes.
When everyone's pulling in the same direction, it just makes my job so much easier.
Exactly.
It really does.
That's well said. We're talking with Ricky Irby, head coach for Hopewell. They're 2-1. They have a home game against the always tough Dinwiddie Generals. And so you see game film. Do you see like one of their films in preparation for Friday?
We trade 2 games. We trade the last 2 games. And going back to Hanover, here's another big play. This is our big guy. This is Nas Cooper. This is what he can do running the football for us. And he's just like a bowling ball. And I would hate to be the guy that tries to get in front of him when he's running. I mean, he's 5'9", and that's being generous. About 270. I know he probably didn't tell you what his weight was last week, but he's probably 265, 270, and he's a bowling ball. Okay.
Yes, he certainly looks it. I think the roster does show him at 265.
Yeah. And what we call this play here, this is what we call just the old counter tray. Anybody who's the old Redskins back in the 80s, they used to run the old counter tray with Joe Gibbs, and we're going to pull the backle, and then the right side of the line, we're going to block down with the guard and tackle, block back with the center, and you see right here, he's our left guard, kid who has worked his tail off to really become a really good football player for us, and he's responsible for the trap, so he's going to block the end right there and kick him out, and then here's Darian Blow, who's this first week playing varsity football, first game action of varsity football ever. And that kid right there played JV games last year, his first year with us. On this field against Hanover last year, he broke his arm, and he was out for the year on JV. So as a junior, he came up to us, worked really hard in the offseason, has done a great job of becoming a really good football player for us. And you can see he's pulling down here. He's leading up on that linebacker. You know, he doesn't quite get him enough, but he does enough to make him run around him, and we on the run play.
Great execution. Great execution. So when you simulate Dinwiddie, do you have your defense simulate their defense? And
yeah. When we're at practice, we do a scout defense and a scout offense. Our scout offense will simulate what Dinwiddie does. You know, their plays, their personnel, and so forth. And our scout defense will try and simulate what kind of look that our offense is going to get from Dinwiddie, and they'll simulate that as well. So, yeah, we do things like that in practice.
What about Greg Cuffey? He had a terrific defensive game, and he's always available offensively if you need him.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of talent wide receiver-wise, and haven't had to go to him, but he is there.
Definitely a capable guy.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt. He's a great kid. He's a true athlete. He can play a lot of different positions for us. We can play him at quarterback. We can play him at receiver. Definitely we can play him at safety. Just shows what kind of versatility that Greg has, and his ability to adapt to different positions and play the different spots on the field for us.
How are the injuries this week?
We're coming along okay. We feel like we're going to have 2 guys back this week.
Okay.
Still have a couple that are maybe a couple weeks away, a few weeks away.
So who's back?
should be back, and Joseph Hernandez should be back. Still going to be missing Leon Leach and Cody Traylor.
Okay. All right. So I see you got another play lined up.
Yeah. Here's not, and our defensive line coach is Jonathan Lewis, and Jonathan is one of the best there is. Jonathan played at Verona, played at Virginia Tech, and 5 years in the NFL. So to have him on our staff is a great luxury, and you can see he does a great job. You can tell how well Nas is coached right here. This is Nas Cooper playing the defensive tackle position. All right, and his key is going to be this guard. So when that guard blocks down, push, squeeze, get off the block, and make the tackle for a loss right there. Great job. Not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, number 7 comes up here too. This is part of one of Cuffey's. There's number 7 coming in the screen right now.
Right.
That's Greg Cuffey. Right there. Yeah. And that's how you play it. And here comes another guy to the party. So rally to the football.
Yeah. How do you determine rest? Now, a lot of you guys are going to strategically play both ways. And
right.
Who's sitting there trying to figure out, okay, this guy needs a breather?
Well, we do that as a staff together. We talk about that during the week. A lot of times, first three or four plays of defense, the guys who are starting on offense will take a blow. Sometimes they'll come tell you, hey, coach, I'm good. I don't want to blow. Leave me in. And those are the kids you want to go to battle with.
Right.
You know, those kids that, hey, they may be tired, but they know it's time.
Yeah.
And then, once a team crosses the 50 or in the 40 or gets down close to the red zone, we want to have our best players out there. Right. And our kids know that. Now, here's another play. This is Nas Cooper again. He's a little hard to see right here, but you see him. He'll get double teamed right here. And coach worked really hard. That's Nas. Okay, this is on the goal line. This is one of the plays where we talked about earlier that they didn't score, and it was first and goal inside the 5. But you'll see Nas right there. He'll fight the double team.
Okay.
He'll shed the block right there, and then he makes the tackle. And I think his shoulder popped out on there. Popped out and popped back in. So he came out for one play and said, Coach, I'm ready to go. Put me back in.
Yeah, that was incredible. He was flat on his back.
Well, we have some tough kids,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things they pride themselves on, and we pride ourselves on here in Hopewell is we want tough kids. And obviously if a kid's injured, we don't want him out there.
Right.
But we try to tell them there's a difference between hurt and injured. If you're hurt, you can play through it. Hey, we need you. If not, if you're injured, let us know. We'll get you the best care we can get you. And our kids do a great job with that of playing through, nagging pain. Cameron Hill's definitely a perfect example of that. Sometimes he plays a little too hard. This is the long touchdown run by Cameron Hill.
Okay, 63-yarder.
Quarterback counter. You see how we fake it to Ronnie? Yep. We noticed earlier in the game, these two linebackers here. Okay, we're in spread formation now. We're on our own 34, 36-yard line, somewhere around there.
All right.
These two linebackers are sitting right over top, right over our guards. Okay? We have Ronnie over here. We have Nas over here. We kept running that outside zone to Ronnie. Okay? So we're going to show the same action. You see where the linebackers went?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So watch these two guys here when the ball snapped. All right? They're chasing. They don't know where the ball is.
Oh, yeah.
And that gives us just enough crease. Okay? You see this is Darian. Okay? That's and that's Reggie Jones right there pulling. Okay? Reggie's going to kick out. Darian's going to lead up on the linebacker, gets just enough of them, and Cameron doesn't get touched.
So they're keying more on Walker, and they're not looking at the pulling lineman.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there he goes, 63 yards for the touchdown that made it 21-7. And
the poor guy was gassed after that. He had a little hip pointer. His hip was killing him. We actually didn't even let him kick off. We had our backup kicker's a JV kid that we brought up. That's going to be a really good football player for us. We actually let him kick off the next kickoff.
Oh, that is great. And that brings up an interesting point. You're always looking at that JV because you're looking to train these guys of tomorrow.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. The future at Hopewell High School is phenomenal. It just looks really good. Our JV team is 2-1. We have a very good JV team, and we have more kids on JV than we have on varsity. And that's the first time we've had it like that since I've been here. And not only that, our middle school team is unbelievable.
Yeah.
They are very talented. There's some guys on there that are really, really good football players. Ronnie Walker's brother plays down there. He's a really good football player for them. And not only him, there was a quarterback down there that's really good. There's some linemen, some linebackers, some running backs, and they're just loaded all over the place. And anytime we can get a chance to, even we've cut our varsity practice short so we can get down there and watch that middle school, and our JVs as well. I think it's important that we support those guys.
And that's an inspiration to the young guys too. To
No
know
doubt.
that the varsity's coming down to watch them play. So you got another play lined up here.
Yeah, and now here you go. They're trying to trap us. This is a defensive play. They're pulling their guard. You can see him pulling, trying to trap 55 there.
Yep.
He squeezes the hole, which we're taught. Okay, makes it bounce outside and redirects his body, and that's a tackle for loss on Cheatham right there. So anytime you can get a good shot on him and get him down with one guy, it's impressive.
And he's doing that with a bum leg.
Yeah, no doubt. Got a bad wrist. Got a brace on his wrist.
Okay.
Yeah. He, like I said, he played the whole game the other night, offensive and defense. He did a great job.
So you got another play lined up here.
Yeah, trying to get something, see if it'll load up for us. But
so we're here at Bopper's Malt Shop, a place that we're going to be here every Tuesday night from 7 to 8. A great chance for you to come down and watch some of the game film right here in the restaurant. Get some burgers and fries, and hear Coach Irby talk about the game previous and setting up the one that's to follow.
Yeah, we'd love to have you out here. Come on down. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the one that got called back, and this is Ronnie Walker's about a 60, 70. They called a hold somewhere on 88 right there, so I'm not sure where that one was.
Is that a phantom call?
It looks like it, but he may have seen something from a different angle than I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But there you go. You see the acceleration on Ronnie Walker right there. Once he sees a crease, he just outruns everybody.
Yeah. That would have been a 53-yard touchdown by calling back.
Yeah.
But I take it he's got a great attitude. I mean, just to be able to.
Oh yeah. He's a great kid. I mean, and all our kids are.
Yeah.
He's very humble, very great leader, great work ethic. Academically, he's a straight A student, as is Greg Cuffey. And we got a lot of kids that really excel in the classroom and on the football field, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
As a football coach, football is going to be gone one day, and we try to tell them, what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to be a better husband, a better father, a better employer? And those are the things that we try to teach with our program.
That is so good. We've been visiting with Ricky Irby, and you do this every Tuesday night, and so we do hope that you'll come back, come and join us here at Bopper's Malt Shop, and come out this Friday night to Murner Field. 7:30 game time, 7 o'clock pregame.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're looking for to play in a big game. Channel 6 is game of the week.
Okay, that's good.
So
I think they're ranked number 2 in the.
Yeah.
And I think Hopewell is 8.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we are.
Okay.
We just want to wait and see where we are at the end of the season. Hopefully, we're playing for something important.
That's right. All right, that's going to do it here from Bopper's Malt Shop. Again, thanks to Coach Irby and his 2 assistants that came out tonight, and we hope to have more and more. Miss Highslip from the school board is here, and so it's great to see Bopper's Malt Shop doing this. We hope to see you at Murner Field Friday night. If you can't get to the game, we will be on the air, WHAP, 1340 AM at 7 o'clock. For Coach Irby, this is Jeff Butler wishing you all a very pleasant good evening.
Hopewell High School Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM. Hopewell High School Sports.
I love it here.